The Kansas City Chiefs just stole my soul from my being. I am no longer a person, just an empty vessel, carrying endless pain with no hope for reprieve, as I had to endure the Broncos marching down the field for an easy game-winning 35-yard field goal in Arrowhead to hand the Chiefs their first loss of the season, only to see Kansas City block the goddamn kick! Are you kidding me? Oh, what the fuck? Oh my God, no! The Chiefs, they're not lucky. They're just evil. There's a dark wind swirling at their back, and I shudder to think what they must have sold to acquire their black magic. Kansas City was desperate to snap that 377-day streak without beating the Broncos, and they conjured up all the power they had to win it at the end. And all that power was directed at poor Alex Forsythe, who ended up on his ass on the block kick, single-handedly becoming Moses himself and parting the Red Sea. The last red liquid to do this much damage was the Kool-Aid at Jonestown. And I wish I had the Alex Forsythe to know you can't fucking block. I wish our best offensive player, Cortland Sutton, didn't suddenly develop a case of the drops. And I wish I wasn't using wordplay to distract you from the fact that I am gutted.
And what a punch to the gut for Bo Nix.
No offense, Alex, but this is the worst blocking attempt I've ever seen. And I watched Michael Schofield try and block Khalil Mack once. Seriously, this new worst game ever, and I'm here to relive and reveal them all for your entertainment for some stupid reason. When you're feeling down, when you're feeling low, open up your nose and do some blow. Do some drugs, drink some boozes. It's the only way to cope when your team fucking loses. That's a song for you, Taylor. Let's collab. Do you enjoy hot? You subscribe to me, so of course you do. Today's episode is sponsored by Element. Just in time for the changing seasons, Element dropped their chocolate medley for hot drinks. Get it? Enjoy hot. They have chocolate mint, chocolate chai, chocolate raspberry, and Element is a zero-sugar electrolyte drink mix and sparkling water aimed at helping you stay hydrated and hitting optimal sodium levels. Now, each pack has a perfect dose of electrolytes free of sugar, artificial flavors, and general BS. And now you can spice up your hot drinks for the winter with electrolytes, which is great for anyone out on the slopes, shredding that nar at high altitude, or falling on your butts over and over and over again at high altitude. You can even drop in chocolate raspberry to flavor up your morning coffee. If you happen to have, I don't know, a favorite coffee you like. Tastes like Santa's the holidays. Now I stand by chili mango being the best flavor. I mix it every day with my green drink, and I'll never go back to drinking that stuff plain. Electrolyte deficiency or imbalances can cause headaches, cramps, fatigue, and brain fog, or even weakness. You can get your free Element sample pack with any purchase with my link or through the link below. Drink Element, lmnt.com/TGS. Again, you get the free sample pack with my link, and that's for new or current customers. You can try Element risk-free, and if you don't like it, they will refund your order, no questions asked. What really stings is the juxtaposition of watching Russell Wilson dancing with joy after he led an improbable comeback against the Commanders, throwing a lead-taking touchdown in the final 2 minutes of that game. Russell Wilson is
having the time of his life.
Proof our organization is cursed, not Russell Wilson. What good can we take away from this game? And I've been thinking about this for several hours now, okay? Because I like to be optimistic. And the best I can come up with is that the sun will eventually burn out and the earth will be sucked into a black hole, ending all of our suffering for good once and for all. Soundgarden was on to something, I think. Other than that, I can say Bo Nix was really good. I'm sorry, Bo. I'm sorry. First of all, because you played so hard in your first action versus the Chiefs and the field goal unit failed you when it mattered the most. Bo threw 2 touchdowns and drove all the way down the field in clutch time, leaving the Broncos with an excellent chance to win the game as time expired. If nothing else, I know that I can trust Bo to fight tooth and nail against these demons that have tormented me for a decade now. He is the single candle burning in the vast abyss, lighting the way as I try to escape the permanent night. Here's how I know the Chiefs operate: with the devil's dick penetrating every single move they make, every breath they take. Harrison Butker, the best and most reliable kicker in the league, kicked the ball out of bounds after Kansas City took that 1-point lead, handing the Broncos great field position because of that penalty. That was 2 plays after Patty Mahomes airmailed Travis Kelce in the end zone. 2 mistakes you never see that team make. They were made. And it was all a ploy to have me believe Denver could win. A loss doesn't truly hurt, doesn't emasculate you until you think you've won the game. And that's when true evil arrives.
Must have the precious.
I feel very comfortable saying that Bo Nix outplayed Mahomes in their first head-to-head matchup. He deserved that Rice Krispie treat, damn it. Have another one, Bo. Eat that shit like Popeye's spinach if that's what it's gonna take. Mahomes converted a few clutch third downs, of course, but he also missed Xavier Worthy wide open down the field on his only deep throw, injuring another one of his receivers, by the way, and overshot an even more wide open Travis Kelce in the back of the end zone, again, for what should have been an easy score. In hindsight, if he hit that throw to Kelce, at least we wouldn't have had to settle for a field goal at the end, right? And even Zach Allen dropped an interception that led to one of the Chiefs' field goals. So many chances! But instead, Mahomes is the one running down the field, losing his mind at the end of the game, and it's another reminder, one we certainly didn't need, that there is no such thing as justice in this world. And if you think me talking about the Chiefs being evil is just a bit and it's overplayed, how do you explain this?
Nazi Johnson. Nazi Johnson.
Nazi Johnson? His name literally means evil penis.
Nazi Johnson.
Ultimately, though, he got buried 4 times in this game, and I wish it would have been 6 feet under. But Jonathan Cooper had a sack after he got a big contract extension for the Broncos. Zach Allen had a sack early in the game. John Franklin Michael Myers is still stocking quarterbacks even 10 days after Halloween. And Nick Bonito had a crushing blindside hit on Mahomes, his 7th sack in the last 7 games. They were getting the pressure they needed, and Mahomes is always going to do some vintage Mahomes bullshit here and there, but the front 7 really did their job in this affair, and that's why the Chiefs ultimately scored just 16 points. Oh no, 16 points. The curse of 16 has reared its ugly head again. Bo Nix only took 2 sacks in comparison, but they were huge sacks. Bad ones. One for a loss of 17 yards that blew up their second drive before it really started, and another one for a loss of 16 yards on 3rd and 11 after Stevie Spags sent what felt like 12 players on an all-out blitz. Was there 12 players on that play? Bo was good, like I said, but he's got to learn when to cut his losses. Denver got a little too cute at times as well on offense, and you can't get cute against the Chiefs' defense that's so rigidly disciplined that they literally have a guy named
Nazi Johnson.
You've got to play them straight up and pound the ball down their throats. And for part of the game, Audric Estime was doing that. Estime is fully out of the doghouse. He got 14 carries while Javonte Williams and Jaleel McLaughlin combined for just 3 totes of the old rock. For a guy that's fumbled twice in limited action, he's regained the trust of Sean Payton pretty quickly. And somewhere Russell Wilson's out there
having the time of his life.
No picks by Nix. He really never put the ball in harm's way at any point. Through the toilet to the sewer where the Penguin lives was on the final play of the second half when Will Lutz was short on that 60-yard field goal attempt and Mecole Hardman almost pulled a Devin Hester and returned it for a touchdown. Thank you, Cody Barton, for not allowing that to happen. Denver was up by 4 at the end of the half, but it felt like they were down 7. Probably because Kansas City has won the last 8 games that they trailed at halftime. Oh, but that's a stupid stat. And now that number is 9. Hail Satan. A big reason Denver never scored in the second half. Well, besides this last play.
The Chiefs have won!
Casey just held onto the ball forever. Forever. They just kept the ball in their dirty little hands. But that's the Chiefs' identity now, right? They used to have these lightning quick scores, and now it's a death by 1,000 paper cuts. Tiny little gains. Until you look down and you're rapidly bleeding the hell out. Can I blame the refs for this loss? Yeah, and I will. And if you want to stop the officials from doing this to your team, the only way to do it's by buying my coffee, the Fuck the Refs blend at benchwarmershop.com. All proceeds go to figuring out how we F the refs back. Don't forget, we also got these shirts available with our coffee. They're my favorite shirts because they're profane and they're true. But the most consequential call in this game came while the Broncos were up 14-3 with a little less than 4 minutes left in the first half. We sacked Patrick Mahomes' ass on 3rd and 9. 9! For all the German fans watching today. And the refs on cue come to bail out old Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs with an illegal contact penalty that nobody can say actually even happened. If it did happen and we have a better chance of finding out who killed Kennedy, it was almost certainly simultaneous to Mahomes getting swallowed up by a couple Broncos. It was entirely inconsequential to the play at large. It's already edited out of the all 22, so don't even try to fucking find it, Chiefs fans. And at the very least, we can all agree, Chiefs fans and Broncos fans and only fans, that an illegal contact on 3rd and 9 should not result in an automatic first down. It's a 5-yard penalty. Or that 2 plays later, this illegal hands to the face on Kansas City also should have been flagged, right guys? We can agree on that. Yeah, Denver had an entire half to close this out. They did, and they blew it. But gifting the best team in the league a free first down to wipe out a sack in the red zone is an impossible battle for another team to win. It's like giving John Wick a bazooka in the last 30 minutes of one of his films. To Bo Nix's and the offense's credit, they moved the ball after that penalty resulted in a Chiefs touchdown into field goal range. But we were betrayed by our best receiver, Courtland Sutton. That drop meant Will Lutz had to attempt 60-yard field goal. And I'm glad my wife and daughter went to the arcade during the game because some of the things I said about Courtland Sutton dropping that ball cannot be taken back. I'm sorry, Courtland. But shout out to my 4-year-old daughter for absolutely nailing this Rashee Rice impression. Now, a report came out before the game that referee Sarah Thomas met with Taylor Swift before the game to make sure they got pictures together. That sounds like I'm making this shit up, right? But it's true. And I'm fine with women officials, but Swifties? That's a bridge too far for me. And I'd go pretty fucking far to jump off a bridge right now. She also patted Patty Mahomes on the shoulder after a play, assumingly to tell him she had his back. And even if Mahomes was talking to his lineman here, we have former Chiefs quarterback Trent Green assuming Mahomes is asking the officials to tell him when the defender is close to him.
Let me know if he gets close.
Yes, Patrick.
The refs playing for the Chiefs is a meme because the meme is a little too true, isn't it?
He's asking the official. He's asking the official, hey, can you let me know when the guy's close to hit me? Come on.
I'm not saying it's the only reason the Broncos lost, but fuck it, it's the only reason the Broncos lost. At the end of the day, I will drink enough to erase this from my brain, and I don't care what other memories the booze takes with it. But at the end of the day also, the refs gave the Chiefs their first and only touchdown of the game. Denver failed to execute on 2 critical plays, both in the final 10 seconds of the half in the game. Kansas City can have the freebie touchdown. I just need my guys to make the plays. And somewhere, Russell Wilson is
Having the time of his life.
And that makes this one hurt even worse. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I do football videos of all kinds here. Please subscribe.